Hello boys, this is just a video of what I plan on doing with next year. It's a film of 2 points from our game against Wheaton. I'm going to play it first and then we're going to analyze it. Okay, so can I see the 2 points there? So right off the bat here, next year we will be talking through seams where Craig would have short on this and Danny would have back so that they can both move to pass this ball and fully commit to it and not have to worry about collisions. So going forward here, ball's in Shulsky's hand and it's on its way out. Let's look at our middle timing. The ball's in Shulsky's hand, so we should be up in the air right now. Obviously, Ben, we're still working on our last two steps there. Next year we will plan on speeding that up so that the middle blockers on the other team can't sit there and wait and then peek out in their block and see where you're swinging and get hands up all in your business. You'll have pretty much the whole court to swing at next year if we get you on tempo. Danny, your approach looks good. You went to pass the ball, so it's not much you can do there. Casey on the BIC, your approach is totally not existent, which is the BIC is a legitimate option. Just look at what Danny was able to do against Rutgers and West Virginia last year at Nationals. For my approach on the outside, the ball is in Schulze's hand, so I should be on my second step, right, left. As you can see, I'm on my left step there, so my timing's pretty good for the in-system set. Luckily, the block wasn't very good, but swinging high and deep, you get the benefit of the doubt as the offense there. Now defensively here, we'll get to analyze our poor defense from this past year. It's a cute butt, Danny. So the ball is in the setter's hands, as once again their middle's late, but looking at our block to see if we're prepared to defend the middle attack. First off, look at my block. The pass gets pushed into my zone, and there's a legitimate middle attack in my zone, so I should not be taking that release step with my right foot out to my hitter. I should be staying low and loaded with my hands ready to go against the quick attack because I'll have time to react on a set out to my hitter. Ben, you want to ask yourself that same question. Are you low, ready to move in all directions? Are your knees bent? Are your hands loaded so that you're ready to stop the quick attacks? Your hands can get right over the net and not have to worry about that tool that hits your elbows and lands on our side of the net, but rather that your hands get pressed right to the net and right over so that the ball lands on their side. I think the answer to that is no. Just look at the bend to your knees. Casey, pretty good. You're kind of worried about your hitter and your hitter only, which is what we would want there because the middle attack got pushed into my zone. Defensively, to defend the middle, all we want from our wing defenders are to be low and have their palms up. So if we ask Craig and Shulsky here, are you guys low, ready to move with your palms up like this, with your hands up like that to where you're standing much lower? That's something we can work on for next year. And Danny, since he just served, he's got to hustle back into position a little bit quicker against the quick attack next year. If it's a 1 ball, we're going to have him here. If it's a push or a 31, he's going to try to get to this spot here. But the ball is in the hitting zone right now. And first we're going to look at our block again. Casey, we want to work on your angle for next year. Instead of reaching outside your body, we're going to try to get your hands working back like that. Oh my God, that is a horrible drawing. Let me try that again. And try to get your shoulders squared so that your hands can work back into the seam like that. So your body might show that you're blocking line, but your hands are blocking that cross shot. Bend, good reach. You try to close here, but your hands must stay pressed, and the angle of the hands have to be better. You're giving them way too much to work with in order to tool. You're just asking them to tool your elbows. You're way too vertical. We want our hands to be pressed a lot more. Defensively, it's in the hitting zone. We want to make sure our feet are grounded so that we can move in both directions. Craig, you're good here. Next year we're going to deepen you out a little bit so it gives you more time to react against the line shot here. Danny, for next year we're going to pretty much move you back that way. That way the shot that everyone does when they're hitting a high level, that deep corner, we're going to try to defend that much better. And Shulsky the same. You're going to stay a little bit closer to the line and deepen out a little bit, but yet create overlaps so that if Danny had to play a ball, he can dive and Shulsky can dive like that. And we can defend this deep corner shot much better than we did this past year. This shot right there. For next year, we will also have the off blocker, me, take tips and move underneath the block right there. But all in all, this isn't a bad defensive play for trying to fill a seam, and as a result, you can see what Danny is able to do here. He makes a good play. The ball was on his right like we would want him to have. We go back a little bit more to where it's in Shulsky's hands right here. Now let's look at our transitions. Casey does a good job getting back. He's on his second step, just like all outside should be. Second step right there. Danny on his second step as well. And me, I'm on my second step, but you can see it's at the 10-foot line. It's not very far back. I need to work much harder to get back and get a full big boy approach. Ben, your approach is not existent, but it's not a very good pass. We probably couldn't run you from there anyways. So I have to cut my approach kind of short. I struggle to adjust the set that doesn't quite get out to the pin, and then as a result I can't put much steam behind it, and I don't control it very well. This is the coaching style I would like to use for next year. Let me know how you think this video, if it helped or not.